What is up, DB fans? It is the one and only Cyberman 312 coming at you live from the 31st universe. Here to bring you a Dragon Ball Super fight analysis. This fight is between Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and Merge Zamasu. The first battle between two fusees. Now, without any further delay, let's go ahead and do this. So, we see Zamasu finally see the merged warrior Vegito appear out of nowhere seemingly, and Vegito is ready for action. He's got the cockiest grin on his face that you could possibly have. Zamasu wants to know who the hell this guy is, and without any delay, he demonstrates his full power and he says, "I am Vegito Blue." Now, Zamasu tells him, "Quit being so cocky. A little Ningen transformation like that is going to do nothing against the perfect body that I have. My perfect form." Now, Vegito hardly even hesitates as he blocks the attack, but he notices something is going on with this ball. It's very, very unstable, as Zamasu decides to pop the ball, and Vegito is hardly fazed by that, and Zamasu is actually worried now. Vegito ready to get this over with and send Zamasu back to wherever it is he came from. Zamasu starts talking, and Vegito hardly hesitates and punches the purple off of his face. He punches Zamasu down into the ground, lets him bounce up, reels back for a kick, and wham! Kicks him right in the chest / face and just sends Merge Zamasu flying. And Merge Zamasu is just rolling in the dirt and he's like, what is going on? Vegito apologizes and says, "Buddy, you were just too wide open there. So Mr. God, hurry up and attack me." Merge Zamasu twists his body in a weird, nasty way and tells Vegito, "You're nothing. You're a Ningen. You're immortal. And I will not hear anything that you have to say." Now, Zamasu does this long distance punch, which basically he punches so hard, and he and Vegito are hundreds of feet away from each other, but he punches so hard that it makes Vegito, it startles Vegito, and Zamasu rises up and, doing a little twirly move to gain his momentum, punches Vegito. Vegito tries to block, but he gets pushed back by Zamasu. Zamasu now has the momentum. Zamasu dragging Vegito through the city. Vegito gets some separation, and it's on again. Vegito with a clenched fist is ready to clash with Zamasu. And it really is a giant clash between two fusees, something we have never seen before in anime canon. But here's Vegito trying to find an opening as he's throwing punches with Merge Zamasu. And the Master of Kicks here manages to get a kick on the side of Zamasu's green face. And Zamasu tries to counterattack with a punch. He whiffs his punch, and again, with such graceful movements, fakes another back punch and ends up kicking Vegito in the gut. Zamasu is now feeling himself as he does another little twirly move to gain momentum and swings his giant purple arm around, basically doing a cutting and air slicing move, causing Vegito to move. And Vegito manages to counterattack with a kick to Zamasu, and Zamasu just says, "Get off me," and pushes him back. He gets angry at the Ningen he's fighting, and Vegito, he is going to keep on kicking Zamasu. And Vegito, with just a volley of kicks, makes Zamasu wonder, when in the hell did this become Street Fighter? You know, Vegito finally grabs Zamasu's face and slams him down into the dirt. It's Mayday for Zamasu as he lands and crashes and burns into a crater. Vegito now has full advantage and is fully dominating Zamasu. But Zamasu tells him to quit being cocky, and he fires a giant optic blast out of his eyes, just like Cyclops from Marvel Comics. And Zamasu powers up like crazy, causing Vegito to fly off and lose momentum and lose control. But he finally, like a cat, he finally lands on his feet. But he's still sliding back from the momentum that Zamasu's explosion caused. And Zamasu is on Vegito's tail with a power-up seemingly coming back stronger. Zamasu and Vegito decide to clash it out, and it's a giant clash where just concrete's flying everywhere and earth is flying everywhere, and the whole world is shaking as these two titans duke it out. So the world is shaking, and Vegito seemingly loses his balance as Zamasu forces him to. Zamasu takes quick advantage and punches Vegito in the gut and in the face and sends Vegito just flying with a burst of energy. Now Vegito seemingly knocked out and out for the count. Zamasu's getting cocky and says that it's over for this Ningen. It's time for him to die. And Vegito, playing possum the same way Black always does, and Zamasu powering up his sword like crazy, and he is ready to end it all for the strongest Ningen in all of history. But Vegito has something up his glove and tells Zamasu, "Hey buddy, guess who invented that little trick of yours? You little copycat?" And he tells him, "This is my trick, boy. What you know about this?" And he tells him, he tries to mess with his head. "Are you feeling pain, buddy? Aren't you immortal? Aren't immortals supposed to feel nothing?" Well, guess what? You're anything but immortal. You know why? Because you have a Ningen living inside of you, and his name is Son Goku. Zamasu tries to play it off and says, "That's exactly what I've always wanted." But he manages to grab Vegito's energy sword and transform it into his own energy, which causes it to be very unstable and explode. And Vegito manages to get the fuck out of Dodge and keep his pretty face. Now Zamasu is going to start crying, and that is actually those are actually tears of frustration. So that leads to anger, and that just leads to a giant explosion. And Zamasu's power is just now out of control as he is forced to bulk up. He is getting angry, and it is time for him to Hulk out and try to smash Vegito. Now we saw this weakness with Perfect Cell and Team Gohan, but this Zamasu apparently has yet to do his research on stuff like this, but he says everything will crumble beneath Zamasu, beneath me. And Vegito says, "Maybe next time, buddy, because this Super Saiyan Blue is about to take you out." And in a classic stare down with lightning and all this energy, we see just this huge revelation of energy, and Vegito and Zamasu are just going to clash once again. Zamasu is furious, and he is never going to let this Ningen get away with what he's done. But Vegito taunting Zamasu, getting in his head, telling him, "You're kind of slow now, buddy, now that you're all big. What are you going to do about that?" So Zamasu gets angry and decides to just slice Vegito with his energy sword, and Vegito manages to dodge out of the way and counter Zamasu with a knee to the face, causing him to reel back. In the meantime, Vegito reels up again for another punch into the gut of Zamasu. Now he is completely just dominating Zamasu because Zamasu is slow now because he is so big. And Vegito again with another kick to Zamasu, and just we don't even see the contact, the impact, but we do see Zamasu in a crater in the ground. And Vegito decides to get some separation, and he is going to finish this once and for all as he powers up a final Kamehameha. Now we see that blue ball with the yellow final flash of electricity as Vegito releases it, and it's just one giant beam, kind of like the same beam that Teen Gohan threw at Cell. Now, whether Zamasu took this hit on purpose or what is unknown to us. We may never know. But either way, we see a giant, enormous explosion as Vegito witnesses his work. And Zamasu rises again and says, I am a god. I am invincible. And Vegito says, fuck that. You are going down, buddy. So there's Vegito teleporting in front of Zamasu, and he is just going to end everything with a crazy looking Ken from Street Fighter Hadouken type of punch. Vegito charges it up, and Zamasu's like, oh crap, what the hell? Cracking Zamasu on the side of the face and just burying his fist just into whatever he has. Who knows if he still has a skull, but Vegito's eyes glow blue, and Vegito's body, his entire body starts to glow, just a shining white, and then a big ball of white, and we just see two balls of white, and it turns out to be Goku and Vegeta. The fusion is over, the fight is over, time has run out. But I want to point out this move by Merge Zamasu. Great fight, by the way. This is a really cool move. It's like he's standing hundreds of feet away from Vegito, but he punches the air. And that air wave or whatever is just so powerful. And it's just cutting through buildings and whatnot. It just, it's really awesome. I just thought it was a really cool move that reminded me of this attack by Vegito.
He's dropped his guard. Great.
But to conclude, I just wanted to say this was a really great fight, one of my favorites of all time. As always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been an ad/commercial-free rendition of Dragon Ball Super Fight Analysis. So yeah, here's Super Boo getting his face cut up. Thank you very much for checking it out. Have a good one.